So this is the story of my family's milk bottles. My maternal grandparents, George and Georgiana Merchant, owned a dairy farm, Merchant's Dairy, in Schofield, Virginia. And in 1949, they decided to retire and sell the farm. None of their 9 children wanted to take over the dairy, and none of them seemed to be interested in keeping a milk bottle. And Lord only knows whatever happened to the milk bottles. And I heard rumors over the years of what they thought may have happened to all the milk bottles, but nobody could ever find a milk bottle looking for them. And over the years, as they got older, they all regretted their decision not to keep milk bottles and wanted them desperately. Well, I was 24 years old, dating a young businessman, and we were out to dinner, and I said, I wish that I could find a milk bottle for every one of my family members. Stay tuned for part 2. Regrets and Milk Bottles, part 2. So it was a Friday night when I was out to dinner with this fella and made that statement about wanting to find a milk bottle so that every member of my family could have one. And then the next morning, I get a call from him, frantic, telling me I need to get to the shop fast because I was not going to believe what I was going to see when I got there. So I jumped in the car and drove across town, and he took me into a barn that was next door being renovated for a business to move into. And there was 100 Merchant's Dairy milk bottles covered in and full of red mud. Ended up being 150 altogether. Stay tuned for part 3. Regrets and Milk Bottles, part 3. So come to find out that the rival dairy to my grandfather's owned that barn one time. And he was stealing my grandfather's bottles from stores and burying them under the floor of that barn. So when the barn was renovated and they used a bulldozer to dig the floor out, out rolled all those stolen milk bottles. I spent an entire weekend washing red mud out of and off of 150 milk bottles. We lost quite a few with the bulldozer breaking them, but 150 milk bottles. When 12 hours before, I was saying that I wanted to find a milk bottle to give to every member of my family. And I think that is an amazing part of the story too. And the fact that that barn was owned by somebody I was dating.